Qnc Beignets. We're going to show you today how to make our classic New Orleans beignet. On our dry side today, we have flour, yeast, and sugar. One 5-pound bag of flour is all you'll need for both making the recipe and rolling it out. You'll need 3 tablespoons of active dry yeast and 1 cup of just plain white sugar. On our wet side, we're going to need 2 sticks or half a pound of margarine, 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and 6 cups of room temperature water. All right, we're going to start with our dry ingredients. What we did is we took a mixing bowl and just covered it with a giant plastic bag. This isn't a thing you have to do, but trust me, it helps a lot when it comes to cleanup later. So you're going to dump about 4 pounds of the all-purpose flour into the mixing bowl. And like I said, this is one 5-pound bag is enough to do both the recipe and have enough left over to roll it out comfortably. This isn't an exact science. You can measure most of this. About 1 pound left. From there, we're going to add our 1 cup of sugar. And 4 tablespoons of yeast. Three tablespoons of yeast. Mix it up evenly so that everything is incorporated before you start adding the wet team. All right, and here's our wet team. We're going to start with our 2 sticks of margarine. Margarine's important. It winds up making it lighter and flakier. Plus, it's cheaper, so why not? What you do is you take those and you microwave them just until they're melted. You don't need to go crazy with it. It doesn't need to be hot. To that, you add your 2 eggs and your 1 can of evaporated milk. Just give it a nice little stir. Our 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. We just bought this one, pardon. And you add that directly in here. Now comes the really fun part. Getting in there and mixing with your hands. Your hands are by far the best tool in the kitchen. They're the most easily cleaned and most widely used. So do remember to wash your hands before you start. After would be pretty useful as well. It will be a big, messy, goopy mess. This is when you will start adding in your fresh, clean H2O. Just room temperature, it doesn't need to be cold or hot. Don't worry about using tap water. Just do about 2 cups at a time, so that way you can start measuring what you need. 6 cups is a generalized rule. It's not a guarantee that that's what you need. If it's moist outside, you may need a little less. If it's dry, you may need a little more. We'll show you just the appropriate texture. It's gonna look kind of messy right now, but this is what the bag's gonna help you with. Then all you have to do is wash your hands and not wash all this gunk off the bowl. All right, and this is close to what your final batter should look like. This only took 3 cups of water today. So that's why I was telling you it's more of a texture that you're looking for. Um, as you can see, this does not look very beignet-like. From here, what you're gonna do is you'll still see some flour, you'll still see some mixed up bits. That's fine. You don't want to overwork your batter. What you do from here is you just tie up your bag, put it on the side, and wait 3 hours. Um, you will get some little flaky bits at the bottom because of the shape of the bowl. So what we do is we take the bag out, flip it upside down, rub it in. That gets all the raw flour incorporated. Wait 3 hours and be amazed.
Here.
You get it will double in size, and then you punch it back down, and you have your finished beignet dough. I'm gonna go wash my hands now. We're gonna. It'll have a sweet yeasty smell, but not too overpowering. Yes, it should be. Is it? Okay. The first time you roll your beignets, you're going to want to make sure to use a little extra flour than you think you would need, because this will stick to just about anything that gets in contact with it. And so what I like to do is just give it a little roll so it won't stick too much on your hands, and then take it and push your fingers up underneath it and try and roll it into a nice little ball. From here, sorry, my hands are so covered now, I have to flour my own hands as well. From here, you just roll your beignets out. You want to get nice and thin, but you don't want to get cracker thin, because then it's the same thing. You don't get that nice, beautiful puff in the middle. Once you roll it out into about the right size, let it kind of roll back into its shape.
And pizza cutters, the best thing to cut. Instead of cutting it with a knife, it takes forever. Just keep swiping and you're done. Okay. So we're gonna pass out the thickness of the dough and the way it looks. So you guys have an idea.
You're aiming for about 1/4 of an inch thick, and that will be that'll puff up just about perfect. What we use is a vegetable oil at about 350 to 375 degrees. Works just corn oil works best, vegetable oil works, peanut oil works. We try not to use peanut oil in case anyone has an allergy, you never know. But now comes the fun part. You get to taste it. Good. So does anyone have any questions about the beignet recipe thus far?
Can we get this online? You can get their whole recipe.
Absolutely. We're putting it up online tonight at 11 o'clock. We're videotaping it right now, as well as this morning when we made this initial batch. We videotaped that with all our ingredients, all measurements, everything you're ever going to need. The two things you should never be afraid of while cooking beignets are flour and powdered sugar. You're going to get them all over everything, but that's half the fun.
That's the fun part.
It is the fun part.
How many does this make?
This one makes about how many you think?
This will make well over 100 pieces, depending on how large you want to make it.
Wow.
But I can already tell you right now that if you have a few friends over and you make a batch of beignets, there's never any left. How many of you guys have seen our presentation before last couple of years? Anyone? This is our 5th year doing this. This is always one of our favorite events to look forward to every year.
And this is how we met, by the way, making beignets. And now we're married for a year. We've been together for 5 years. So this is like our tradition. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. They're beautiful.
I was going to say, you look familiar. I could have sworn I've seen you here before. Oh, I think we grabbed one of the...
They just leave it there just in case they need it.
Thank you very much.
So you're getting your beignets first, okay? A plate of beignets. Thank you so much for volunteering.
Want me to stop now, or?
Yeah, you can stop.
Oh, okay.
She's the first one gets to try beignets. Let us know what you think.
Oh, awesome.
You're gonna be famous.
Oh, it's going to be just like being in a Cafe Du Monde.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it. Then Cafe Du Monde. Thank you so much.